life finds a way.
Welcome to Jack and Geek.
I'm Crip.
And I'm the Crypt Keeper. And today, we start off Jurassic Month.
Jurassic Month. Hold on to your butts.
Yeah.
Woo! We decided that we would watch the Jurassic Park movies, the Jurassic World movies, read Jurassic Park,
play Jurassic stuff,
watch Camp Cretaceous, and make a whole month out of it.
Hell yeah.
Why not?
There you go, guys.
Just to get us all hyped for Dominion, right?
Yeah.
I cannot wait, dude.
And Jurassic Evolution, too.
Yeah, which is days away.
Literally days.
Oh
But
my
you know what
goodness.
else is days away? The Animal Crossing.
I thought it was the 7th, but it's the 9th. So I'm a little disappointed that I was off by 2 days, but I can wait that extra 2 days.
But you can wait those extra 2 days.
Hell yeah.
Plus, you got Animal Crossing DLC coming out
We did.
in 2 days, and Vanguard coming out tomorrow.
Call of Duty.
Tomorrow?
Tomorrow night.
Fuck.
Really?
Yeah.
At
Tomorrow
11.
night, 11 o'clock.
Alright, I'll see you guys next week.
Yeah. So we decided that we would do Jurassic Park.
OG
we-
1993.
We actually have a guest with us who's been here with us before, descending.
Hello.
He's a Jurassic Park nut.
I would say
Yes.
he's the Jurassic expert.
He's the Jurassic expert. So we
couldn't do
decided,
this without him.
yeah. So we decided that for our Jurassic Park month, he would have to be part of Jurassic Month.
Absolutely.
I appreciate it. Thank you.
He's the one that got me into the whole thing to begin with.
Well,
So.
I remember seeing Jurassic Park
Yeah.
in the theater. I went to what we used to call the 99-cent theater. Can you believe it used to be 99 cents?
I remember seeing the third one
Yeah.
at the drive-in. That's about as far as I can remember back in my Jurassic timeline of
Yeah.
memory.
We probably had the tape of it at my house.
Yeah, I remember we went to the drive-in to see the third one, and it was awesome. It was so good.
So what we've decided to do is a podcast per movie.
Yes.
We thought about trying to do the first trilogy in one podcast. We're like, that'd be way too long.
We talk a lot.
That there's just so much to add that we wouldn't be able to do that.
So we're going to do a podcast per movie. So there might be more than one podcast a week.
Yeah.
So be
Don't
ready.
get used to that.
You will see as we post them. I don't know when we're going to post them, but we'll figure it out. And I guess you'll see when it's posted, obviously.
I guess
You'll
you
be
will.
listening to this by the time these things are already decided.
Of course you will. But first, let's take a shot.
I'm not getting as mocky as I used to be.
No. You're being nice. It's
Good
about
old
being
Jack
nice.
Daniels.
I need to be
Good
more
old Jack
mocky.
Daniels,
The whole
baby.
joke was I was mocking him.
Bully.
Yeah.
Bully.
well,
Bully, bully, bully.
All right. So OG Jurassic Park. What do you guys think?
I love that movie.
Such a great movie.
I think
classic
it's the best one out of the whole franchise, in my opinion.
Really?
It's really good.
That's a strong opinion.
That is very strong.
It's a classic.
I personally think it's the most important movie, too. You know.
I mean, it really is. It kind of kickstarts everything after.
Yeah.
If we don't have this, then we don't have Site B.
Yeah.
We don't have any of the other crazy shit. We don't have the resurgence for World.
As I said before, I went to the theater to see this. And at that time, it was just so amazing seeing these dinosaurs
Yeah.
look real. I mean, you'd seen them before and they're animatronic to the point, or somebody in a suit or doing something that they looked fake. But this is the first time that they actually looked like they're really there.
Yeah, that
Yeah.
T-Rex still looks like a T-Rex is right there
Yeah.
to this day.
So tell us the story.
Well, basically, John's planning on making a park, and they get DNA for dinosaurs from amber that they found because they had been excavating for a while with fossils and such. Because Hammond had been he'd been rich for a while because of all of his different zoos and stuff that he had. Not necessarily zoos, but like kind of
Adventure parks.
adventure parks, environmentalist
He was
stuff.
a rich old guy.
Yeah, and so he got people to excavate different areas, and they found amber with a mosquito, and were able to extract the DNA of prehistoric creatures from this mosquito, and they decided to use frog DNA to fill in the gaps because as time goes on, DNA breaks down.
Yes.
And they had to fill in the gaps so that they could create a 100% genome to completely make it work. Because without 100% DNA, it's just going to be a dead creature.
Yeah.
So they successfully did that, and then they were successful in splicing it and spreading out and making every kind of dino you see in the movie, essentially.
Yeah.
And more. There are plenty of dinosaurs that are very lightly referenced or not even referenced at all, that if you look at the map, were at the park.
Well, in the tour, they didn't go through the whole whole tour.
They didn't even scratch the surface.
Yeah.
Yeah, and I was reading on the engine database thing in the video game on my Switch, and it says there was a whole area for pterodactyls in the first movie, but
Yeah.
Dr. Grant never got to visit that part of the island.
Damn.
Yes, but there were plenty of, I would say, just as dangerous predators as the T-Rex
Yeah.
that were at the park already, ready to go. The Metriacanthosaurus was there already. There was all kinds of stuff. But basically, as they are moving raptors to the site, one of the workers gets eaten. And his family is suing Hammond. So basically, I don't know how many people know this, but when you're a rich guy trying to run a business, you don't get to just make all the decisions.
Right.
You have to have investors that there is a board of people that can say yay or nay and make the decisions for the company and the best interest of the company. You're not, Jeff Bezos cannot say, I want to go to space, and that's just it. He has to be like, okay, board of directors, I want to get a rocket into space. How do we make this happen?
I don't know. I don't know.
As much as he's the richest man, well, second richest man right now, him and Elon kind of go back and forth. He can't just do that.
Yeah.
There is a board of people that make decisions for the company because he is using the company's money to do that.
Yeah.
But the investors are weary of the park and are wanting to back out because they're like, this isn't worth the money. People can die. We need to make sure this is safe.
Yeah, but isn't that the point of going to Jurassic Park?
To die?
No, the point is, I'm going to see a T-Rex. I might die.
Well, they bring that up in the book. Like he said, we're listening to the book for Jurassic Month, and I'm listening to it right now. They are keen. They want people to be like, oh, I can go to this park, and it's going to be $2,000 or whatever because they can make it, and you could sign an NDA, and you can go see these T-Rexes and possibly die. But you went and saw that. We can sell all this merch. We can sell you an at-home dinosaur that has to eat engine food.
Yeah.
Like, they're banking on that.
But, so there is an advisor for the investors that's coming on this
A
trip.
lawyer, yes.
Yeah.
But they want scientists there to okay the park.
Yes.
So they get Dr. Grant
Mm-hmm.
and Dr. Sadler. They are
Yes.
people that work with fossils and know everything about dinos.
From what Hammond said, they're the top in their field.
They're the top of the field. They know what needs to be known about dinosaurs.
Yeah.
They get Dr. Malcolm, who I'm pretty sure is just a mathematician.
He's a chaositician.
But, like, he's a math guy. What does that got to do with
He's
dino
the top in
parks?
his profession.
I get that, but he's a math guy. That just
He's
doesn't-
about what can happen. And what can happen will happen.
So it was more of a, if we can convince the guy that thinks everything's going to go wrong,
Yes.
then
Yes.
we're good.
Convince
Yes, if
everybody.
you can convince him, you convince everybody.
And so we have the three doctors and the advisor for the investors. And Hammond threw in his two grandchildren just to show the advisor, hey, children will like this park.
Well, it's a children's park.
Yeah, that's what he's saying. He's
Yeah.
trying to sell the advisor to sell the investors on the appeal of children making money.
As an adult, I'd want to go.
Dude, I would go right the fuck now. I would probably pay $2,000 to go to this park.
Yeah.
Guaranteed. I would save money for years to spend a day at
Yeah.
that park.
People would treat it like they treat Disneyland.
Yeah.
Exactly.
Dude, but here's the thing: we'd actually talked about. Would you rather have a Jurassic Park San Diego, or would you rather go to Isla Nublar?
Okay.
He wasn't ready for that question.
Personally, the way the game's doing it,
Mm-hmm.
I would love to go to the San Diego Jurassic Park.
But let's say both
But
exist.
say both exist.
Right
Both
now.
exist.
And you have the money to
Both-
go to either one.
Both exist right now.
And you can either go to San Diego and stay in San Diego and go to Jurassic Park.
Okay, nothing's gonna go wrong.
You're not going to get eat.
Both exist. Where are you going?
If nothing goes wrong and goes according to plan,
Yes.
probably it's a new bar.
That's what we
Because
said.
you're on a full trip.
Because here's
Yeah.
the thing. We could go to San Diego right now. That's cool, but we're still in the United States. It's a trip, but it's not like a big trip.
Yeah.
If you go to Isla Nublar, you're in like a rainforest. You're like away from everything.
You're staying in a grand hotel that when you look out the window, you're going to see dinosaurs.
That's a vacation spot.
Yeah.
That's not a trip. That is a full-on vacation.
I mean, that's the difference between going to Disneyland for a day and going to Disney World and staying on site for a
Yeah,
week.
like I feel like Isla Nublar is the big go there,
Like-
and San Diego's just kind of a hey, if you happen to have some money to get to California, also we have this.
Kind of like Isla New Bars, that premium experience.
Yes.
And
Yeah.
I'd rather have the premium rather than the lower budget kind of San Diego Zoo
Yeah.
version.
I
Yeah.
think if you would go to the island, it'd be more in depth almost.
Yeah.
Because you would
Yeah.
go on the boat, you'd be at the island, you'd be able to walk through.
And the
see it.
dinosaurs are out in these huge exhibits living their natural life rather than being confined to a small fenced-in sand area.
Yeah.
I just feel like I would rather see a T-Rex running in a field chasing some prey than I would it being boxed in and just
Or
something.
floating.
Oh shit! Yeah,
Floating
The
T-Rex?
flying T-Rex. We'll get to that. So they start their trip, basically, and on the side, it has a scene with a man named Dennis Nedry. He's basically the IT guy, the tech guy.
Who is he?
He is what I found out the other day for the first time, that he is actually John Hammond's stepson.
Oh shit! So him calling him dad's like legit.
Yeah.
Yes.
I thought that was just him saying that because he was lecturing him.
Yeah, like to me, when I watched when I was a kid, I thought he was being a smart ass.
Yeah, he was
when
like,
said
"Okay,
it.
Dad." I thought that was just because he was lecturing him, but
Yeah.
he's legitimately his son.
Yes, sir.
Oh shit! Fuck that guy.
Actually, though.
Fuck that. Even worse, fuck that guy.
And I figured out who Dennis Nedry was working with to sabotage Jurassic Park.
Who?
Biosyn.
Oh really?
Yes, because I was playing the Return to Jurassic Park expansion on Evolution 1 last night,
Yes.
and they were digging through the computers, and Ian Malcolm found something about in the program files that Biosyn was the one that set Dennis Nedry to sabotage Jurassic Park.
Damn.
Okay, let me get through that part. I will add the Biosyn thing. A man from, now you've said the company Biosyn, is giving Dennis Nedry a device that is disguised as a Barbasol shaving cream can to get DNA of the dinosaurs so that they can start manufacturing their own dinos.
And they're giving him what? 50,000 per?
No, more than that.
No, it was like
It was in the
No,
millions.
No, it was 1.5 million is what it said.
Yeah,
Yeah.
the first half he gets is $750,000, and I forgot what the second.
And then, like,
But it was so many
it's a few
per
thousand.
Yeah.
dinosaur.
It's a few
Yeah.
thousand after that.
Yeah.
Yeah.
However many more he can get. But he's there, and he was complaining about, you better not go cheap on me. This is why I'm betraying Hammond.
Yeah.
So he's not paying. He's not getting paid enough.
Oh, he's getting paid enough
to sit at a desk and be the IT guy.
No, he's
even though I guarantee Hammond's paying him plenty.
He's getting paid enough. He just feels like he's not.
Every
getting paid
single
enough.
thing that they've had at this park, Hammond has said, we have spared no expense. So I guarantee he's overpaying his IT guy. But he feels like he's not getting paid enough.
He feels unappreciated.
Yes.
So they're going through the park, and they're talking, and Dr. Malcolm is explaining chaos theory.
Yes.
And the way he explains it is he takes a cup of water, and he puts it on Dr. Sadler's hand, and asks her where she thinks it's going to drip.
The drip.
And it goes down her hand, and he takes another drop, and he's like, okay, where do you think it's going to drip? And she gets the same way. It went a different direction. And he said that's because things are always changing. Different microscopic parts of your hand have moved. The hairs have moved. Chaos theory is all about the constant changes. He said the simpler way is the butterfly effect. And then Dr. Grant gets out of the car. And he's like, see, chaos theory. No one would have guessed that he would have gotten out of the car. And then she gets out of the car, and he's like, and now I'm here talking to myself, I guess. Chaos theory.
Yeah.
And so they run out, and there is a sick Triceratops. And they're trying to figure out what's wrong. Well, Dr. Sadler is a paleobotanist, a.k.a. she knows a lot of shit about prehistoric plants.
And she said that there are plants there that are poisonous.
Yes, but the man there insists that dinosaurs do not eat it.
Her whole thing is, because she respects plants a lot, you kind of have to as botanists, she thinks that people, and this theory is correct, pick plants because they think they're pretty and they're going to outline their house or whatever very well.
They don't look into what the effects of the plants are. They just see, ooh, pretty flower.
Yeah. I just saw a TikTok the other day that was talking about this lady brought home beautiful flowers from Trader Joe's, and her cat ate them, and the cat died.
Yeah.
Because it was that specific plant was poisonous to the cat, but she saw pretty flowers. I was like, I'm going to put these in my house, and it's going to lighten up my house. And sadly, as a result, the cat died.
That happens a lot.
I think Jurassic Park kind of teaches important concepts, that kind of stuff, you know what I mean?
Yeah. We didn't have to have paleobotany in here, but to have somebody who's into even the plants of prehistoric times matters.
The way this movie tries to teach you things in a very understandable way, you don't realize you're being taught until you remember certain things, is so interesting.
It's the little things that matter.
Yeah.
But they're checking out this Triceratops. She actually goes and checks the dung of it, the poop.
That's a big pile of shit.
Yeah, that's one of my favorite lines. I love whenever somebody has a bad take on Twitter or something, I like posting Dr. Malcolm just standing next to a giant turd. That's a big pile of shit. I love that.
That's going to be so memeable.
But she checks it, and of course there's nothing to show that the Triceratops ate that.
Yeah.
But she could tell that something it ate is what's wrong with it. She checked its eyes and everything and could tell it was from eating something toxic. It starts to rain. And she said, well, I'll stay here. You guys go ahead on the tour. I'll get back with you later. And they check the weather, and a giant storm is coming. Which, of course, a huge storm is coming.
And while this is going, Nedry's got his plan ready to go.
He's acting all nervous. Hey guys, do you need any snacks? I need some snacks. Do you want some sugar-free sugar? I have a bunch of salty, sugary stuff. I'm gonna go get something salty to mix it up. Do you guys need anything? Just like really quickly trying to distract him because he's got the timer for his virus basically ready to go and ticking. And he's got a few seconds before it activates. So the storm gets closer and closer. It starts to really get hitting. Nedry is getting the DNA while the park is shutting down.
Yes.
All the gates are just like, I'm going to shut off.
And my boy Samuel L. Jackson, don't know what the fuck's going on, but he is smoking up a storm. Dude, he got that cigarette right at the very tip of the button. It's like, dude, put that cigarette out and get you another one.
I didn't say the magic word. Please, motherfucker, I hate this hacker shit.
One of my favorite things that movies and books do, I was just telling you about this, it changes point of views very fluidly.
Yes.
You can't really tell that it changes until the scene is different, but it doesn't throw it in your face either. It's kind of all connected, obviously, in one story, but it's like, we know you don't have to kind of wonder, oh, well, while they're doing this, what's the tech guys doing?
Yeah.
We see what they're doing.
So Dennis is driving through the pouring rain after getting the DNA, trying to make it to the dock so that he can put the stuff on the boat before it leaves, because he was like, I can only give you like 15 minutes. We got to go. And so he's driving through the mud, can barely see. He's having to manually open up the gates. So he's getting all wet, and he hits the sign for the dock. And now he doesn't know where he's going. Well, he ends up going exact wrong way.
Here's the thing. If this was going to be my plan, I would have already driven that 3 or 4 damn times to make sure I know which way to go and how much time I really need.
Yes, but you're talking about Dennis Nedry. He is very not smart.
He's computer smart. He's not anything else smart.
He's not sabotage
I
smart.
would be tracking the weather all week.
Tracking the weather.
I would make sure that my car is filled. I would drive that route a couple times.
Yeah.
But he ends up going the wrong way and driving into the Dilophosaurus exhibit. Well, as cute as they look at first, because they sound adorable, and they're tiny, they're not cute. They're not cute at all. They can, at least in the movies, they can spit venom in your face.
And they can't really do that, right?
No.
From what we've seen, they don't have a sac or anything that would have contained venom. That was just movie magic. But they spit venom in his face and ate him up. And then the Barbasol can came out and got covered in mud, didn't it?
Yep.
Yeah.
Didn't you end up finding it in that one game?
On my first playthrough, I knew exactly where the fuck it was.
Damn.
I watched the movie so much.
He's like, I'm gonna go find it.
That's so
What
cool.
game did you play to find it?
It was Telltale's take on Jurassic Park, is showing what happened during the shutdown with the fences, and kind of led to shortly after the movie ended. It's all about the canister.
That's cool.
I forgot who's the company it sends, and I think it's Biosyn.
Yeah.
They send a woman in and a couple of mercenaries to find the canister. She winds up finding it, and towards the end of the game, you gotta decide, you either save the canister, get the money, or just drop it, let it get destroyed, and save the little girl at the end of the game.
Damn. Well, that definitely be something the game we'll have to talk about when we talk about games.
Have you
For
done
sure.
both endings?
Yes, I have.
So the DNA got fucked.
Yeah.
Yeah.
But while all this is going down,
Meanwhile,
the Jeeps have stopped. They're not running anymore. And the T-Rex is like, yo, I'm going to go check shit out while this is down.
You notice in the movie she was putting her hand on the fences, kind of testing it, and she rose out of the trees like, what's up?
Oh, let me check this shit out for a second. But the T-Rex gets through the fence, starts fucking shit up, and then one of the dumber parts for me is the fact that they were like, if you don't move, the T-Rex can't see you, which is total bullshit. That ain't That ain't how shit works. That ain't how the T-Rex works. But you know what? I'll let it happen. I guess that's another movie plot thing. But the T-Rex starts fucking shit up, and the kids are moving around. And Dr. Grant's trying to tell them to be quiet. The fucking advisor dude just books it and leaves the kids. Runs into the bathroom. Dr. Malcolm's like, when you gotta go, you gotta go.
I find it really interesting that one of the kids is really into dinosaurs.
Yes.
Like, that's his whole world. He loves dinosaurs, read so many books about it. Again, I'm going to bring it up. We're going to talk about the book, of course, at the end of the month, probably. But his dad says that he almost always has dinos on the brain.
Yeah.
And so he's a big fan of Dr. Grant and Ellie's work, but mostly Dr. Grant. And he's been trying to have these conversations with Dr. Grant, and Dr. Grant does not like kids.
Yeah.
And so he's like trying to like avoid these kids as much as he can. But the little boy, Tim, is so persistent about it. And I just love that.
Yeah.
I love when people are really passionate about things.
Mm-hmm.
He's so passionate about dinosaurs.
Absolutely. So the T-Rex gets the advisor guy. Eats him up. He's sitting on the toilet. It broke the walls down and ate him.
Well, it was just like a porta potty or something.
Dr. Grant and the kids end up getting away. And what's funny is from the same place the T-Rex just walked out of, somehow there's a 100-foot drop.
I've always wondered about that.
I think they forgot that's where the fucking T-Rex walked out of when they were making that next scene. But, you know, whatever, man.
It's dramatic.
It is dramatic.
You know the part in the movie where Lex is freaking out? She's like, he left us. He left us. You know the part where Dr. Grant's like, but that's not what I'm going to do.
Yeah.
I always thought it would be funny if him said, but that's what I'm going to do.
It'd be funny if he said, that's not what I'm going to do, and then he walks away and farts.
Yeah.
And she just left with that.
Anyway.
So, he had to go save Tim.
Tim.
Yeah.
And, because he was stuck still in the daggum car up in a fucking tree. And so he climbs the tree, helps Tim down, and they had to come down really fast because here comes the Jeep falling down. Of course, because movie reasons.
Dramatic.
And they go and they find eggs. Life found a way.
Yep.
Life indeed finds a way.
Every damn. I love the little bitty feet running away from the eggs. The details, man. I want to see the guy squatting down with little feet imprints, just putting it in the sand.
He's like, I don't get fucking paid enough for this shit.
On my back. He's just sitting there, grabbing his back, pressing little feet marks. But they end up getting in a tree for the night, and they see brachiosauruses, and they call them vegisaurs. They feed one that happens to have a cold, and the girl gets sneezed on.
Ugh.
And it looks nasty. It looks nasty.
Imagine just getting it all through your mouth.
But they're at the main area. They're trying to figure out how to get the park back up. Dr. Sadler's there. Hammond's there. I can't remember Samuel L. Jackson's character's name, but he's there. He's the computer guy, so he's trying to figure out what to do. And they've basically got to reset the fences and stuff.
They
Yeah.
have to reset everything, and the only way to do that is to go through the code one by one.
Yeah, but there's the thing that
They had to go to Dr. Sadler had to go to the bunker where the raptor was.
Yeah.
Yeah, but I remember they just went and got Dr. Malcolm before that.
Yeah.
They went and rescued Dr. Malcolm. There was a chase with the T-Rex. But after that, they had to go to the bunker to reset the fences. And so they have Dr. Malcolm, Dr. Sadler, and the guy that was there that was like the hunter that didn't like the raptors.
Yeah.
And so they go down there, and they're resetting the fences. As they're resetting the fences, the kids and Dr. Grant are climbing the fence. Tim's left as they're resetting it, and he gets shocked, which straight up would have killed him.
Would have killed him.
That in real life, that would have killed him. But they get across the fence. They're about to leave, but raptors straight up got the hunter guy.
Yeah.
Yeah.
And got in, killed Samuel L. Jackson's character, and are now going after Dr. Sadler.
Yeah.
Dr. Malcolm is with Hammond, and they're trying to radio in, but she's straight up just getting out of there because of the raptors. I think she runs into Grant.
Yeah.
And Grant had left the kids at the visitor center. Well, the raptors get to the visitor center.
Yep.
And that's one of the coolest scenes in the movie to me.
I like this
Is
whole part.
when they get into the kitchen and they're hiding and the raptors are slowly looking for them. And you can see the learning of the raptors where one raptor's, or both of them are going around and then one raptor's like, it's quicker to jump across
Okay.
and look through each walkway.
Tell me about the door.
Oh yeah, when the raptor first comes to the door, you can see the raptor like model falling over, and then you see a person's hand pushing it back up and holding it in place. It's funny, but I like this scene because it shows how they learn.
I like
One
that
raptor's looking underneath and everything.
I like that they did the clicking thing.
Yeah, the tapping with their toe and everything.
Mm-hmm.
Interestingly enough, that toe, that killer claw that they used in that scene is not from a velociraptor. It's from a Utah raptor. I actually watched a YouTube video of the guy that let them use that claw. It's from a totally different raptor. But it was cool they used a real fossil.
Yeah.
So the kids get out of there, thankfully.
Lock one of the raptors in the freezer.
Yeah, locked one of them in the freezer, and then they climbed up into the ceiling panels
Yeah.
to
Yeah.
get away from the other one. What happens after that?
The little girl gets everything turned back on.
Yeah,
Lex. She gets everything, all the security stuff turned back on.
yeah, she was the computer nerd. So
Yeah,
Which
she
is
was the
weird
hacker.
because in the book, it's swapped. The boy's the hacker. She's the dinosaur nerd.
No,
That's what it was in the book.
no. I'm listening to the book right now.
I've read the book.
Okay.
I mean, she's currently listening to it, but she gets the doors locked again right as the raptor is trying to get in to get all of them at the computer area, and the doors lock. And I'm getting lost here.
That's when they go up in the rafters.
Yeah.
Is that when they go in the rafters?
Yes.
Oh yeah, because it breaks through the glass.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Hey, that's when they were calling Hammond.
Yeah, they were popping rounds of the raptors and shit.
Yeah, they were. The raptor jumped through the glass and they had to go through the ceiling. And Hammond straight up thought they died.
Yeah.
No! Oh my god!
And they climb out on the where they have the skeleton of the T-Rex,
Yes.
and the raptor comes out and jumps on the bones with them.
And the bones are like swinging all over the place, and some of them are falling, some of them are holding on to the fossils. And then the motherfucking T-Rex busts in, ain't it?
Second raptor shows up,
Oh, yeah.
and then T-Rex
Yeah, then the motherfucking T-Rex comes in,
saves the day.
saves the day, but also totally was coming in there to eat some people.
Ate a raptor instead.
Ate a raptor instead, did the iconic roar with the banner falling and everything. And they get out of there, of course, because
And
fucking T-Rex.
Grant says, "I'm not going to endorse your park," and Hammond's like, "Neither am I."
Yeah. And time to leave the island.
Time to leave the island.
Na, na, na.
We can only do so much, guys.
Yeah.
Yeah, you can only do so much. 10 seconds, that's all you get.
Universal will sue us into the ground.
Yes, they
Into the
would.
ground.
So, what'd you think?
Great movie.
I love that movie.
Love it.
8 out of 10 for sure. It's a great 90s watch. It's a classic film. But, like, of course it's a classic film. It's a Spielberg movie.
I was going to say, it's a Spielberg. Almost all of his movies.
Almost all of his movies are bangers.
One of the things I really appreciate about this movie, it's not even the movie itself, though I do love it. It's that this movie inspired so many people to become paleontologists.
Yes.
To become just in that whole field, and it gave that whole field a renaissance almost.
For a lot of people, dinosaurs were for kids. But after that movie, paleontology boosted because people took dinosaurs seriously. It wasn't like old, like, kids' movies anymore. It was dinosaurs are fucking awesome. All of a sudden. And since 1993, paleontology's been on a boost. Back then, you would get a new fossil or a new dinosaur every few years. Now we're getting it every few months. That's how much paleontology has boosted.
And there's just so many people that if you ask them, it's like, oh yeah, I saw Jurassic Park as a kid and I just wanted to live that life. I think the inspiration from Ross for Friends, for him being a paleontologist, came from Jurassic Park, because I don't know if they mentioned in the show, but I'm pretty sure Ross watched it when he was a kid. And
there's no way Ross watched it when he was a kid.
Well, not when he was a kid.
I was going to say, the movie came out in 1993.
I'm pretty sure
the show
Ross
came out
watched it
yeah.
at some point, and it kind of helped him help his career.
Maybe.
I think one of the directors or something said that as a kid. Me forgetting it came out in the 90s.
I was going to say. But, yeah. It was a big thing for me as a kid for dinosaurs, but it's even bigger for me as an adult because now I'm really getting into dinosaurs. It's funny as an adult becoming really into dinosaurs because, like I said, it does have that stigma of being a for kids thing, but then it's a really cool thing to be interested in. I love Jeff Goldblum and his dedication to this series. If they ever want him for anything, he's always down to be in it. He's been in the World Series, and he's going to continue to be in the World Series, even to this third one. He's been in every Jurassic World Evolution game.
Yeah.
He loves the series. He loves talking about it. He's a very passionate actor, and I love that. That's why I would say he's my favorite character and my favorite person out of the series. What do you think?
I agree.
Yeah. What would you rate this movie out of 10? 10 being a perfect movie. A perfect movie, no flaws.
Well, for me, being a big time Jurassic Park fan, it'll be a 9 or a 10.
Cool. I gave it an 8 personally, but you give it a 9? Sounds good. What do you rate it?
Probably about 8.5.
8.5.
I love this movie, and I love the inspiration it gave so many people. It's one of those movies I'll be able to watch over and over and over again. And we talked about it. It's something that we show our kids early.
Oh God, yes. When my kid's like 3, 4, or 5, it's time for some Jurassic Park.
I think it's a classic movie. You can be from any generation. As you guys know, we're a couple different generations within this podcast.
Yes.
And we all can agree that this movie is
yes,
a
this is a everybody can watch it and enjoy it film.
It's a great movie. I watched it so many times.
Yeah.
And I just keep watching it. At least the first one.
I love it.
Yeah.
I love the designs of the vehicles, the designs of the buildings, just the idea of the park is fun. The designers for the dinosaurs, I think, were geniuses.
Yeah.
They look exactly what you would think from looking at these fossils, what these dinos would look like, and they have inspired looks for other people that have done dinosaur things. Like, if it weren't for this, would we really have shit like Ark? Would we really have shit like Dino Crisis?
Yep.
I just don't think we'd have dinosaur media as much as we do today if it were not for this movie.
Yeah, I agree.
All right, you ready to spiel it up?
Yep. All right, guys. You already know the drill. But for people who've never listened to it before, get ready. It's going to be the longest 2 minutes of your life. Okay, our Instagram is Jack_and_Geek_pod. We talk content. We post things that we might not talk about on a podcast. And we do polls. This month we're doing Jurassic Park inspired polls. Basically, if you've seen the movies or read the books, answer the poll. And, I don't know, we might do something with it at some point. Our Facebook is Jack and Geek Podcast. There's no underscores or nothing. It's just Jack and Geek Podcast. Content that you don't see on Instagram will be on the Facebook. We have a TikTok, Jack_and_Geek. I think there's another underscore in there, podcast. Content that you don't see on the other two will be on there. All of that is in our link tree on our Instagram. Again, that is Jack_and_Geek_pod.
Did you link to Facebook?
Yes. Everything is linked. We have playlists from our holiday episodes that will be coming up this year and from last year's, our Halloween and our Christmas one specifically. We have Into the Stars, which is Star Wars and Star Trek. All of our book clubs, if you weren't caught up on those.
Are you going to make Jurassic its own playlist?
Yes, I will.
So that we will have a playlist for Jurassic as well. Yes.
I got one thing to say before we end it.
Okay.
What's that?
You know this. I think I told you yesterday.
Yeah, you told me.
You know Dodson? The guy
Yeah, Dodson.
He is coming back in Dominion.
Yes, Maya was telling me that last night.
Yep.
That's crazy. That's such a throwaway character that I didn't think they'd be bringing him back.
The fucking Biosyn 2 is coming back too, dude, in Dominion.
Dude, we're going to have to talk about Dominion after we wrap up the Fallen Kingdom podcast. But there's going to be a lot to talk about, so be ready.
Go listen to our latest episodes. They're the last of the spooky season episodes, and we have the Sin and Juice podcast. If you didn't
I was
going to
say, plug your other podcast.
That one is a true crime podcast. I mostly host it, unless Crip does it with his conspiracy videos, but it's true crime and conspiracy and anything we don't really talk about on this podcast. Again, I lead it. We don't drink, we drink juice, hence the name. It's sin_and_juice on Instagram. Again, that's linked on the Jack and Geek Instagram. And the same's on Facebook and TikTok. So, yeah, that's it.
All right, boys and girls, we'll see you later.
Bye.
Get ready for some more Jurassic content.